Hey, Wemberg World Entertainment, and we got a new rumour regarding the Marvel Universe, and surprisingly, no, this one doesn't come from My Time to Shine. It actually comes from Daniel RPK, but it's regarding The Punisher, because apparently they're looking to possibly make The Punisher a new series on Disney+. But not just are they looking at it to be a new series, supposedly they're looking for it to be a continuation of the Netflix version of The Punisher, much like what they're doing with Daredevil. Now, there's not a hell of a lot of detail in this. It's literally just they're looking to do this, and that's pretty much it. But we'll have a look at this article that talks about it. So it says, it's claimed that Marvel is developing a new series for The Punisher, which would follow Jon Bernthal's return as Frank Castle in the upcoming Daredevil Born Again. The rumour comes via Daniel RPK with no additional details known. Bernthal returns as part of the retooled Daredevil Born Again series that gets released on Disney Plus in March. Recall how it was first told to you the series was getting retooled from a goofy She-Hulk type show to something more in line and serious like the Netflix series. Assuming the Punisher rumour is true, it seems as if Marvel will be keeping with that series approach that the fans love. Jon Bernthal has even said he isn't interested in returning as Punisher if it's going to be part of the goofy MCU. Since Bernthal is returning, we have to assume that Marvel Studios is doing the character justice. He said the following back in 2021 prior to joining the MCU, so this is him now, Jon Bernthal. That character in particular has real deep meaning for me and resonates in me. He's really in my heart, man. He's really in my bones. I'm enormously protective of that character. You'd swear the guy who's been playing him for like 20 odd years with a statement like that, wouldn't you? So he also said Punisher should be dark and he would only be interested in returning if they do things right. And this is what he said about that. It needs to be a level of darkness. I think if there's any let up on that character, you do a disservice to the character, to every iteration of that character, to every comic book that's come before, and to all of the unbelievable fans of the character. This character means so much to people in the military. So like I said before, it's not about whether you do the character, it's about whether you can do it right. And I'm only interested in doing it right. So that's everything he said about his possible return and all that type of stuff. The biggest question I think a lot of people are going to have regarding what we can expect from this character in Daredevil Born Again and whatnot is, what kind of Punisher is he going to be? Is he going to be that ruthless Frank Castle, or is he going to be the modern take of Marvel's Punisher? You know, the one that has no guns, and they even changed the logo. Now there is an image, at least a supposed image, of him on the set of Daredevil Born Again where he is a bit bloody, but the logo is the original logo. But of course, don't forget, like, Marvel changed the logo because they were like, oh no, it's being used by far right people and all this crap. And it was like, what? And they hated seeing cops using it, and they hated seeing the military use that skull. And they just got rid of it. Even in Marvel Rivals, the game, which is doing great at the moment with players. Players are loving it. Personally, I've seen it myself and I'm like, this just looks like it would melt my head trying to play this. But if you notice the Punisher in that, it's the new logo. It's not the original logo on the Punisher that's in that game. So if they're going to stay very much with the original style of the Punisher, which seems to be what he very much is saying it needs to be, then that logo also needs to be there. And they need to fix that logo. Him saying it does any change to that character and stuff is a disservice, then why isn't he calling them out right now for changing that logo in the comics? Don't know. Will they do a series? Probably. It's hard to say at this stage. He's probably going to show up in Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars as well, because everyone from here to goddamn next bloody century's version of Marvel Comics seems to be showing up in that movie. So it's going to be very interesting to see what they do. And of course, this all will come down as well to what the response is to Daredevil. Like, they're trying to say, oh, we were going to go goofy and stuff, but instead we've drawn it back in. It's all very serious. They originally killed off two of the original characters off screen, got backlash for that, brought them back, and they're like, oh, actually, no, we've changed our minds. Look, here they are. Problem is, you can't unbreak the egg. We already saw what Marvel did to Daredevil. There's no, like, getting past that. There's no putting him in this serious, violent, dark, gritty, real-world style of Daredevil Born Again when we saw him do the Walk of Shame. Like, you can't undo that. As much as even the likes of the Terminator movies say, ignore T3 and all the rest of them. After T2, Dark Fate is the only story. It's like, well, no, we've seen the other stories. They exist. We've seen what you've done. So we can't completely ignore that. This is worse because that Daredevil we are going to get in Born Again is the Daredevil that we saw do the Walk of Shame. And then because She-Hulk pretty much was lonely by the end of the series, just wrote him to be back by her side. Remember that? No? Yeah, I'm not surprised. But unfortunately, they destroyed the character there. And of course, Kingpin will be in this as well, and they've destroyed him in Echo and Hawkeye. So, again, you can't unscramble the eggs at this stage. So, God only knows what they're going to do with the Punisher. And after he appears in this show, let's see what the hell they do with him and what's up. This dude could just walk away and he's like, no, I'm done. You screwed it up. We'll have to see. So, with that, I shall leave it there for this one. Like, share, subscribe. You know the drill. Cheers. And I'll catch you in the next one.